Welcome back, guys, to another video. Today I'm going to do a challenge that really dared me to do, or like challenged me to do, and it's just a draw yourself as a Naruto character. And here I am with my sketching some the basic phase. And let me just tell you guys, the results weren't as good as I expected. I was using the Mac, not even a mouse, the like little pad thing it has, and yeah, it turned out terrible. I was using this Naruto picture as my reference where he was like triggered at something, but as you guys can see right now, my sketch doesn't look as pretty as I thought it would. I mean, it's not that bad, but you know, I could have done better. And yeah, so I'm just getting the basics right now. I'm just sketching the headband, the face, first the facial features, and then I'm working on the headband right now, trying to see the ways I can do it. And then once I get that down, I start going on to the hair. And at first I was actually thinking of how to do a hairstyle, like I didn't really know, but since I got a little confused on the hair for some reason, and then I just decided to do it like this, how you guys are seeing, like sort of like Naruto's and Sasuke's combined, but not really. Yeah, and I had a lot of fun doing this challenge. Like, I mean, drawings is one of my favorite things to do. I'm not that good at online drawings. I love that online you have the undo button, and that's really helpful, but I think I'm better at doing actual drawings like by hand, because you know, I'm better, like I haven't really practiced online. But I mean, online doesn't seem that hard. I just think I would need a drawing tablet in order to do that. Since I don't own one, I had to do it, and I wasn't using my mouse because I thought first I tested with my mouse, and then I tested with the pad, and I thought it would be easier just using the little pad of the mouse. I mean, not the mouse, the keyboard, sorry. And I just used that instead of using the mouse, because you know, mouse, it's okay drawing with the mouse, but sometimes if you like out of nowhere move it, you know, like just jag it a little, the lines you draw just get jagged, and like for the final result, I mean, it does that in the little pad too, but you know, I felt more confident in the little pad. Anyway, I'm just here now drawing the hands. Just look at these and the anatomy of my hands. Like, wow, I'm so good at anatomy. Yeah, I mean, I'm really bad at drawing hands. Like, I mean, I'm not that bad. Like, okay, so I'm bad at drawing hands. It's just not as serious as it was here. Just look at my head right there, and then I'm like, nope, I don't like it. So like I made layers out of it, because obviously you guys don't. So that was basically my sketch, and you guys know how you guys don't want to do it all in the same layer, because or else you're once you're trying to separately edit something, it's gonna edit everything, and you really don't want that. That's just a tip for me, because it's happened to me that I've accidentally done everything in the same layer. So once you want to like color something in the background, like in this one I just used the paintbrush, but I know there's like the paint bucket where it could just fill it for you. I thought it would be better me actually drawing it with the paintbrush, since I thought it would fit the challenge more, since I actually wanted to be a challenge. Like you guys can see here, my drawing's not turning out that good. And yeah, so I really recommend not doing everything in one layer. I mean, I'm not an artist. Like, I mean, I like art, but you know, any digital artist would really recommend that, or like most likely recommend it, like highly recommend actually, that you don't do everything in the same layer, to do it in separate layers. So now I'm working on the actual facial features of it, and I'm onto the teeth, which the teeth are really jagged right now. And I'm doing the shirt. Actually, it was a combination of Naruto's and Sasuke's, but it turned out really ugly. Like you guys can see the anatomy of my fingers, they're really bad. And yeah, just look at that hand. It doesn't even go with, it's not even like proportional. Like, what even is that? Okay, like how much fingers does that have? That has, okay, it has 5 fingers. But like looking back at it now, I saw that like the hands were just really bad. Like the face was at least acceptable at a 2nd grade level, but the hands, oh my god, the hands. Like I can do way better than this. Like, I mean, I'm not like I don't want to brag and say that I'm good at like actually drawing by pencil, because I'm not like a Picasso or anything like that. You know, I can just do the basic stuff. But I have seen some people that aren't that good, and all I have to say is just like really practice. I mean, just look at me. Like, I'm really bad at doing digital art, but that doesn't stop me from practicing. Like, okay, so this time I just bucked out the sketching layer to see how my drawing turned out, and then I was surprised for like 5 seconds, like, wow, I'm such a bad artist. And like, yeah, I'm just looking at my drawing here, and I'm like, okay, what should I do next? Just, it's turning out really ugly, and I'll just do the hair first. So yeah, and then I did the well, yeah, I'm doing the hair right now. I'm painting it with the paint tool, even though I know it's easier to do it with the bucket tool, and I know some of you guys that use Photoshop and draw in Photoshop and watch this would really cringe at the way that I'm doing this. And I know it's really cringy. It's really cringy seeing someone do something that you're advanced in, and you know, it's just cringe. And yeah, okay, so this is the thing I was talking about, the layers. I did all the hair layer on the same one as that, instead of doing it as a new layer, because then I could have put it behind sorry, the actual sketch, and then it would look better, because you know the lines. That's why I did the black lines. Sorry guys, I'm just a little sick. And yeah, you can just, you know, that's why you do the outline first. You don't do it just to have it there and like somewhere you can trace over. You do it there so it would, like, you know, be an outline, just like you guys saw right there that I made that a new layer. That's what I should have done. Like, looking back now, I can see that I made mistakes. I mean, this whole thing is a mistake. Okay, and yeah, and I also challenge you guys to do this challenge, and see what I did there? Challenge? Yeah, I challenge you guys to draw yourself as a Naruto character. If you guys don't know what Naruto is, just do yourself as any other character you guys like. It could be a TV show, it can be anime, it can be a cartoon, it doesn't matter. I just look at the way I'm drawing this, like, just because you guys think it can also be on paper if you guys want to. You guys can like tweet it at me, or, you know, just say in the comments that you tried doing this challenge too. Like, I mean, just look at my drawing right now. Like, it's terrible, you guys. If you guys don't feel comfortable drawing because you guys would think it'll turn out bad, just come back and watch this video and just see how bad I'm doing. Just, it's even making me cringe. And, like, you guys can see that I still haven't learned to make a new layer for doing the hair, and now it looks like he has hair in his mouth. And, yeah. Anyway, I decided to call this character Jogan. It's like, yeah, I think it's Jogan. It's Johin, or, no, Jodez. Okay, I was sort of confused there, but, you know, I called him Jodez because, you know, it has Jorge in it, but it also has the last 3 letters of my last name. So, you know, let's just do it like that, and it sounds anime enough. So yeah, this is basically me as a Naruto character. You guys can see that I'm a very ugly Naruto character. And right now, looking at it, I mean, I won't say it's that bad. Like, I'll give myself some credit, at least on the... Should I give my credit? Just look at the leaf ninja symbol. Okay, anyway, I'll give myself some credit that it at least looks like something. I mean, usually when I do digital art, it's really bad. Like, unless it's like editing something in Photoshop, like a thumbnail or something, then I say I'm fairly decent at doing that. But actually drawing in Photoshop, like using the MacBook little pad thing it has on the keyboard, I'd say I'm terrible. Like, I've done I've practiced a little bit on it, but you guys can see right here that just look at his tongue. It's like on his teeth. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, and then right here I'm just experimenting a little on the background, changing the colors a bit, because a lot of this was actually just me changing the colors and experimenting what would look better. And I was like, okay, let's just do a yellow background, because, you know, yellow, it's sort of a basic color. It's nice to look at it like that. And yeah, I thought yellow would go really good with it, because, you know, blue sort of contrasts as well with yellow. So now I was looking at the reference and I saw that under, since it was a Naruto reference, like actually Naruto himself, he had like little, like stress marks in his eyes because he was like screaming at the other guy. But then I made the stress marks way too big, like you guys saw right there. Like, so then I had to go back, change the pen size. You know, I was working on all of that. And then right now I'm like, oh my, I'm just looking at my drawing and like, oh my god, it's terrible. And then I'm like, okay, let me make a new layer. I was trying, so right here I was like, oh, my drawing's really ugly. You know how we can make it even more cringy? And then I was like, okay, let's draw a Sharingan and a Byakugan on it. So I'm like, okay, let's make this super cringy. And I start with I sort of started messing up right there, experimenting with the layers to see which one goes on top of the eye, because I was really confused on that. And then I'm like, okay, I select the right color, I go to the eye, and then I start tracing the Sharingan. But, you know, like you guys saw right there, the layers, sorry, were sort of reversed, so I wasn't really able to do it since, you know, the Sharingan would be on the back. So I just kept on experimenting with colors and sizes of the pen till I did eventually see how it went on top, because I had accidentally put it in the bottom, I think, or it was just something really weird. It happens to me a lot. And then right here I just started going crazy, like, wait, did my computer just freeze? What am I doing wrong? Why is it not, you know, doing the Sharingan? Until finally I get the Sharingan, and I'm like, oh my god, finally. Now it doesn't really look that cringy. I mean, it looks super cringy. Like, it does. I understand, but like, I'm like, okay, now let's just draw. We have the Sharingan down. I know the Sharingan eyes is actually red, and the pupils themselves are black, but you know, it's cringy either way. And yeah, right here I just drew the Byakugan with a light purple, and was like, I was pretty proud of that Byakugan, to be honest. And then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with art. I mean, I'm done with art for today. Like, we'll try later. So I was like, okay, I just went over it a bit in the black just because my arm and my anatomy were terrible. Just look at the fingers. Like, oh my gosh. And then I was like, okay, yeah, I think I'm done. This is my final product. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.